our primary focus is always on music, and everything else is really just sort of the necessary evil to make it something artful and interesting. And that's how I kind of look at it. It's just sort of complementary art for its own sake. We're never scared.
Are you guys sometimes scared to try out new material?
As far as being scared, no, we're never scared to try new material because it's always been the same process for the band, which is that once it's out of our rehearsal space, really, it's sort of ready to go. And I think we all have a pretty good gauge about when something is stage-worthy. One questions one's role. There's a little too much creativity. There's sort of too many songwriters. We hope they like them.
Carlos leaving, I obviously have to bring that up. How have you guys dealt with the fact that he left? Are you guys good? Everything all right? Do you guys feel that you're going into a new era, maybe, of Interpol?
I think it remains to be seen what we're going into. What we had to do, basically, it was a bit of a practical question. I think once the record was ready and then he left, it's sort of like, well, what are you going to do? You're not going to bury the record or act like you didn't just write a record together. So we really just had to solve the practical question of, well, how do we go perform these songs without Carlos? And Dave Pajo came up and was the only person we even considered, actually, and it's just sort of could not possibly get someone better to work with. No more Carlos. He wanted out a grand statement that he wanted to make. I think the tour and the promotion side that he wanted out. It's a shame we all miss Carlos. No more Carlos. There's always an upside to any bad situation, and I really actually believe that. The whole band, be it being Sam and I, we may well be tighter than we've ever been. It's been awesome. It's been really nice.
2 new members, what have they added to the live show, you find?
I think we may well be tighter than we've ever been. And, you know, I just love having someone with the vocal chops of Brandon singing like the harmonies with me. It's really, you know, I get goosebumps sometimes because it's just like having it's one thing when you have a keyboard player sort of throwing in some backing vocals, but it's another thing when you have like the lead singer of a great band that's, you know, contributing to the vocals on stage. So it's been awesome. It's been really nice. We just choose to kind of be interesting, you know, pedigree of indie. Once it's out of our rehearsal space, really, it's sort of ready to go. Still our show.
So you do have a new record coming out. It's the most collaborative effort that you guys have ever done?
Ha, really?
That's what I was reading. Do you agree with that? Disagree?
I don't know. That's tricky. It was more compartmentalized, I would say. So in that sense, I think less collaborative. It worked as a process, definitely, but I don't know if I would say it's the most collaborative. It's kind of true to form, actually, and in fact, with a little bit of extra remove in the beginning. We got what we wanted to get out of that lush, sophisticated orchestration. Be weathering the storm better. Build it around characters. I'm kind of the loser.